Hello, welcome back to Layla's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make basbousa. It's a Middle Eastern semolina cake. I hope you enjoy the recipe. Here I have some sugar. I'm going to make the syrup. This is the first thing you need to start with. So I have 1 cup of sugar and I'm adding a cup and a half of water. It's very important to start with making the syrup because we need the syrup to be warm when the semolina cake is hot. So this is how it will absorb all the syrup nicely. I'll show you at the end of the recipe. So I've added some vanilla paste and some cloves. If you don't like cloves, you can add a stick of cinnamon. If you don't have any of them, you don't have to add it, it's alright. Vanilla will be enough. And I've added a pinch of salt, and I'm going to add a squeeze of lemon or lime, whatever you have handy in the house. It's very important to add a squeeze of lemon to the syrup so the sugar don't get crystallized. Here I'm going to start making the batter. So I have here a cup and 1/3 of a cup of semolina, half a cup of sugar. You can use coconut sugar if you want, but I don't have coconut sugar, so I'm using normal sugar. Adding 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And you can use less sugar in this step, like you can use 1/3 of a cup instead of half a cup. It's a quite sweet dessert. And I have added a pinch of salt. You need to mix the dry ingredients. I'm adding some vanilla paste again here. And traditionally we use ghee. But I am vegan, so I'm using here melted coconut oil. It's half a cup of melted coconut oil. If you are using ghee, you use the same amount. It's half a cup of melted ghee. Here I'm checking on the syrup. It's bubbling nicely. I have preheated the oven as well to 180 before I start making the batter. You need to mix the oil with the semolina very well before you add the yogurt. This is the right technique. You need to do this. It's very important. You just can't add everything one go. No, you have to do it this way. This is the right way. So you will get a really nice moist basbousa. It won't be tough. Now I'm adding 1/3 of a cup of yogurt. I'm using coconut yogurt because I am vegan, but if you are not vegan, you can use a normal yogurt. And if you are vegan, you can use any kind of vegan yogurt. Now I am preparing the pan. I have about 8-inch square pan. I'm using tahini here to spread it all over the bottom of the pan, but if you don't have tahini, you can use butter. And I'm sprinkling some semolina in the bottom. I'm going to add all the batter and just press it down nicely. It's quite thin cake. It is not a thick cake. It's quite thin and it's quite sweet. So I would advise you to have it with some thick cream or some yogurt. It's quite sweet, so have a little bit of at a time, but it's really delicious. Now I'm sprinkling some shaved almonds. Any nuts you have in the house will be alright. If you have any allergy to nuts, you don't have to add nuts. And now I'm going to add to the syrup. So before the syrup, I'm putting now the cake in the oven and I'm finishing the syrup with some rose water. If you don't have rose water, you don't have to add it. If you don't like rose water, you don't have to add it. So now the cake came out of the oven nice and golden in color. I'm going to add all the warm syrup to it. And what will tell you that this cake is really successful, when the syrup get absorbed very quickly in the cake. That if you find the syrup just like didn't get absorbed easily, that means that your cake is a bit dry. But here it's perfectly, can you see, it has been absorbed nicely. Just get rid of the cloves, and you need after this to cover it with foil or anything, and then leave it to relax for a bit, and then you can cut it and eat it and enjoy it. Thank you so much. Bye.